Nobody expected it, something that makes a major shift in the urban culture. For the first time in decades, rap is no longer the main dream, the main grind, or the main avenue of young, black, urban America. Into us because there's a new king in town. Streaming, being a YouTuber, live content, and just being a digital personality. If you've been anywhere over the last 10 years, 20 years, or if you've not been living underneath a rock, you know how much music has changed so much and shifted, where money and the labels aren't really invested into albums and certain.
I got my whole family up here. Look at my dad looking all sharp.
Careers. There's literally like only a 5% group now. It's a completely different place than where it was before. But understanding the shift, we're going to be rewinding all the way back to the birth of hip-hop itself.
You can curse. You can curse.
I can curse?
Yeah.
Yo, head-on-head collision. I'm a problem and nobody can solve them. I'm long division on the road.
Hip-hop was born on August 11, 1973, at a party thrown by DJ Coolhurst in the Bronx. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hip-hop was invented in New York.
What's V?
Huh?
What did he say? What are my dads like? What that mean? Like, explain it.
My dad's like, that means like, well, everything, like, feel me?
And the standing next to him was the first ever man to be called a rapper, Coke L. Rock. He wasn't a rapper like Weasel was today. No albums, no chains, no music videos. He was an MC hyping the crowd up, dropping rhymes over the breakneck beats. From the moment rap became the voice of the street and the identity of the urban culture and community, it never went back, and everybody knew it. From the 80s, fast forward, from the 80s evolving from the block parties and the worldwide phenomenon from Run DMC, LL Cool J, Rakim, Grandmaster Flash, the pioneers who were leading the way in the 80s, showing what's culture and what was being cool. Rap became a culture, a fashion movement, and a lifestyle. Every kid growing up in the hood wanted to be an MC, a DJ, part of a group. Hip-hop was a dream. In the 90s, the golden era.
Ready for that raw dog shit, nigga? I'm on the underground, man. Okay. Nas is doing this thing. Video music box, anybody who's watching this for the first time, been under a rock for the last year almost. This is Nasty Nas and the whole Queensbridge Massive. Can I say that? Now, Nas, you have a different style. I know there's a lot of rappers out there who I'm sure you've looked up to over the years, but right now, a lot of new rappers and older rappers are looking up to you. How do you feel to be like a living prodigy?
Where we meet Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang, Outkast, some of the pioneers that we love to this day. People still debate today, what is the better era, the 90s or the 80s? But at this time, it didn't even matter because rap was on an upward trajectory.
East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We don't fuck. We know y'all East Coast. We know fuck. We at.
You know, the gangs, the drug situation, everything. I could do something else or I end up, dead myself or in jail. So I figured, I had a little money. I put my money to, use, and I started a record company.
Do you think the government's like wasting our time and money?
It's gonna be a personification of what we did on the west side. We're gonna do it to the east side, and we're gonna prove once and for all that all these people talking about an East Coast, West Coast war, they like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. We here to bring money and to bring change. They here to cause confusion. All these weak rappers.
Literally, it was the main avenue for everybody who was trying to make it out the hood.
I'ma get it or I'ma die trying. If I don't try, what am I doing? What kind of life am I saving?
The past just makes me more grateful for all the things that I got and the things that I achieved.
By the early 2000s to the early 2010s.
Wow, what should I say first? All right, what's up, Emmy? I guess first of all, I want to thank everybody who could look past the controversy or whatever and see the album for what it was, and also for what it isn't.
The early 2000s, 2010s, hip-hop was dominating the charts. From Lil Wayne to Kanye, to Drake, to Nicki Minaj, to J. Cole, to Kendrick Lamar. Hip-hop became the first most popular genre in America. Every kid wanted to be a rapper. Every kid wanted to get online. Studios in the bedroom, mixtapes, Dat Piff, SoundCloud, cyphers, rap culture was unstoppable.
Artist, and then after that, everything is based off of that. I would never put the energy into it to try to make people think that that's what I wanted to do. I always make songs that sound or remind people of Kush and Orange Juice. But to be in that era of Kush and Orange Juice, that was a point in my life. And I stamped it, and you move on from there. You don't really go back.
But while rapping was peaking, a new era was quietly forming in the background. Nobody even saw it coming.
Subscribers. He stated that a new world was opening up to him, where he was traveling and sponsors were splitting the bill so he could do it. He felt that the whole experience was very surreal and couldn't believe that a future in creating gaming content would be so bright.
You know what's crazy? The early rise of streaming. In the 2010s, platforms like YouTube and Twitch were growing. The first people who didn't take streaming seriously, they said it was nerdy stuff. It looks like true idiots right now. That's like getting in the gold rush far before anyone else saw it coming. Video games, reactionary videos, random content, but something happened where nobody expected. Black creators and urban communities really fell in love with that niche, and that brings up to the era of DDG. If anybody is ever aware of DDG in his early careers, he was mocked and clowned because people did not take him seriously as a musician because they said he was extreme.
See, No Jumper just posting all types of crazy shit. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, was it Flacco? Because Flacco be doing posting crazy shit. He posts I don't know none of the other. I don't know Adam. You gotta look at it. I don't think Adam.
We talking about actual that we said. Let's talk about the real narrative.
I don't think he posts.
There was an old podcast clip where it was something with Ruby Rose.
I'm on Twitch, bro. Don't get me banned, bro.
We don't. What the fuck am I gonna say you been? I'm saying it's relationship drama, and we said something like.
Yeah, we gotta think this is bullshit.
We said something like Ruby Rose wanted to be with a. She seemed like she wanted to be with a real rapper, not a YouTuber.
That was your bro.
I
don't even remember.
This is 2020, and he was not feeling that narrative that he wasn't a real rapper.
He was made fun of. People like Ron Suno. People who were in the form of making content and wanted to change over to being a rapper also while doing the same thing, but they were clowned. But that's fine because people never see a diamond in the rough. The early rise of streaming was coming and everyone knew it. By the early 2020s, streaming wasn't just a hobby, it was a career. Suddenly we saw the rise of massive black creators that we literally watched them from they were young. It really is really like iCarly. From Kai Cenat, the #1 streamer in the world, breaking records, pulling videos. You remember all the memes on Vines, and just how far he really have came. Shout out to Kai, I'm not gonna lie. Where you have really put yourself as magnify the black community and where they think they could go. It's not just all about rapping, being cool, shooting guns, putting yourself in harm. It shows us there's a different path where you can be yourself, show your personality, and actually interact, and life will be beautiful as long as you do what you need to do. I show speed. This kid is even a heavy hitter. If you go back to some of old Speed video, he's with underground rappers in early 2020, 2019, Cash Dami and SSG Kobe. With them, you could see that back then they were trying to be cool with the rappers, but the rappers never accepted stream. It just wasn't a thing like that. Let's say AMP was created from Phantom, showing us New York, and New York's all about the culture, the drip, the charisma, the vibe, the talking. That really started to change the whole black community and what they started to decide as cool. Especially with all over the cross, I would say pandemic era. The shutdown of the pandemic era was really a different time. Everyone was stuck inside, there was nowhere to go. This brings us to Tory Lanez, Aiden Ross.
I'm a boss. Run the sauce. Aiden Ross. Court. Your daughter. Hey, I got that two shot. I'm the ghost. It's me, Ball D. Not anymore. Got a Dewey, A-Rag, in the seat.
I'm bending Benzes, 20-inch rims on ends, bitches.
If you could go back to then at that period in time, Aiden Ross was doing nothing but constantly having different guests on his shows where he would laugh, get people to know their personalities, and honestly it was quite hysterical. But that's the thing, it was the blueprint for what so many people do today. If you look at Kai Cenat, when Kai Cenat was doing his marathon, he doesn't do it as much anymore, but really that really started the transition of including the life that you're living, because you're rubbing shoulders with all these executives and people higher up into the game. That brings us to FaZe Clan. So now we're in that era of streaming where people are creating a niche or a content house, or they see strength in numbers, because that is how streaming works, where it's contagious, where if you work with other people, their fans will become friends of you, you will become some fans of theirs. So going into the 2025, everyone has a phone, everyone has a bedroom, everyone has a microphone. A lot of albums are flopping. It's hard to even find an artist who's selling over 30, 40K.
Eliminated Drake off the charts. You know, they went on that full court press.
I don't think they eliminated him. I think he just chilled. I think he chilled. I think he gonna come back. I think he gonna come back and massive destructive takeover again.
No, I agree 1,000,000,000%. But what I'm saying for right now, you know, you realize that Drake was probably keeping us in that top 40 for fucking 5-10 years. Like every record he made was going #1. So it's like
Anymore, because the rap game is changing. So many rappers are starting to snitch, from Tekashi 6ix9ine to Young Thug. There's so many rappers, but that doesn't even matter because it takes away from the creativity. Many rappers are starting to snitch, from Tekashi 6ix9ine to Young Thug. There's so many rappers, but that doesn't even matter because it takes away from the creativity when you're trying to be too cool all the time. It's all about being mysterious. You always have to have a bag or money. So much that goes behind the rap game that is detrimental to the health and growth as the people, as the artist. It's hard to describe, but make sure you like and subscribe for more, man. Tell me what you think. Do you think I'm lying or am I wrong? But for the first time in history, streaming is the most cool thing to do in the culture, not the hip-hop. Like me, hate me, but it's the truth. It's all about dollars at the end of the day, baby.